Please take this and read it. Don't leave it on the bench. It makes me feel bad. Stay in pockets a little bit. Well, we are an industry. Education is an industry. We're just very, very unique. Our job applications are open to everyone. How many in here would like to turn their future production over to 15, 16, and 17-year-olds? No, nobody would that. Okay, but we ask education to do it every day. And in that, I ask to be patient with us. We're doing everything that we can. I want to speak to Denise Taylor for just a moment. When I took over the Career Tech about 4 years ago, we had about 61 students going out there. Things just weren't real happy. And I'm all about doing things for the children. And the only way we do things for the children is to spend money on working with it and everything. And Denise, every time I call her, she knows it's for something. Stan knows it's for something. But the only way that I can train, or my staff can train these students to be productive in what you need them to do, is I need to try to keep pace with what you need. If I'm training them with equipment that you threw away 15 years ago, I'm absolutely doing nothing. So that's what we really worked hard on. We've upgraded. And with Denise's help, she was very passionate about this. We got a $100,000 grant from the SEBA Foundation, and we started a program specifically what our industry here wanted. We have started industrial maintenance, which is a program that will teach children or students 5 aspects: a little bit of electricity, a little bit of welding, a little bit of reworking of machines, alignment of machines, those things that are needed right now in your industry and will be needed in the next 5 or 6 years. We've completely redone our welding department. We have spent about $75,000 in that in the last couple of years. Last year we had a $18,000 expenditure that the kids absolutely love. It's a plasma cutting machine. If I can take a picture of Brandon Armstrong, we can set it out there and it'll cut it out exactly. And everything's on the computer, and it's just amazing how those young students, when you sit down and said, read this book, and it takes them just, 2 hours to read 1 page. And you go out there and turn on the computer and say, now figure out how to program so it will cut the system out on the computer and do it at the right temperature, the right speed, and everything else. In 15 minutes, they're cutting. So it's really amazing, but everything is expensive in what we do. So be patient with me when I come talk to you about expenses. Please be willing to sit down and listen to me, because all I'm doing is trying very hard to train the students, so when you get them, you may not have to spend so much to train them. And we have great kids in Washington County. If you don't believe it, go somewhere else and listen to things. I can go on my campus. We have 166 students now, which we're very excited about. They're from McIntosh. I've got about 27 from McIntosh now. I've got 30 from Fruitdale, just different schools. And we always think about the football games and how they just don't get along with each other. We have a field day there at Career Tech. They're all together. We never have problems. I mean, that sounds almost too good to be true, but Fraser's been there, Congressman's been there having lunch. We have the greatest bunch of kids in the world in Washington County. We just need to provide them with the very best education services that we can, so we can supply the needs that you need in the industry. Thank you.
One other company that I was looking to have, and I'm not sure, I don't think there's anybody here before me. No. Okay, so we got just a little bit of extra time. We're going to meet and have lunch at 12:30, but before we disband here, this is not such a large group that we can't do this. I think it's important for each of you to understand who else is in the room with you, so I'd like to start here on the front and just name and who you will real quick.
My name is Jessica James Boyle. I work through the government agency with the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs as the coordinator for the Highway 43 wastewater initiative.
I'm Jessica Dean. I also work with the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs as the planning and community organizer.
Mark Ingram with Power South. Steve Sheffield with Clark West Lake.
Denise Taylor with SEBA/BASF. Jim Kellen with Southwest Alabama Workforce Development Council.
Brandon Armstrong, First Community Bank, and Washington County Chamber.
I'm Bob Chappelle with Mobile Area Chamber of Commerce. We're pleased to be a part of this partnership.
And I'm Al Etheridge, also with Southwest Alabama Workforce Development. I'm Bill McCurry, with Geelong County.
Noel Smith, Geelong County.
Sharon Buckhouse,
Ed Barton, also with Pike, and we're guests of Geelong